Welcome to the Hutts Hangout. Grab your blasters and blue milk because we're about to deep dive into the game where Hutts rule and three scoundrels rule. On this episode is myself, Aussie Mike, and we've also got the Lost Wombrat and the Berm. I guess first off, Berm, how was your wellness check with the SWGoH? Good to see you made it back.
Well, they let me live, so
Okay.
there's
That's a
always
good
that.
start.
Remember, you weren't allowed to tell about that.
Oh, about the living part? Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it because you
Yeah,
knew
yeah, they did
Wombrat?
warn
Did you just
me.
name drop Wombrat and then they were like, oh, okay, we'll let you go?
I was like, guys, I know Womprat. I know Womprat. They're like, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Stop torturing him.
Yeah.
No comment. No comment.
How have you been?
I'm good. I'm feeling better. So yeah, I'm not perfect yet, but
Because you were
it
actually
always
sick.
sucks when you get sick.
Yeah.
I was actually sick. I was on the verge of getting sick. And after the last time when I got sick and I lost my voice for like 2 weeks, I was like, I think I'm gonna take a couple days off and try to actually get better.
Yeah.
So,
Which is fair. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't lose the most important part of your stream because it is that voice.
That's the only reason people watch. So
I don't know about the only, but it's definitely like got to be high on the list of things, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure it's up there, yeah.
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 How are you, Wombrat?
But yeah. Annoyed with myself after that GAC, but it's one of those, nothing much I could do about it. Had shit RNG. Got a doctor's appointment on Monday morning, which is literally, are they going to poke my spine this year or not? I hope not, but it's one of those of if it's right to do it right now, yeah, let's do it. Let's get it out the way.
Yeah.
Which, if that happens, I'll be bedbound for about 2 weeks, which is then setting up a way to stream whilst laying in bed.
Okay. I'm sure
which will be interesting.
You'll figure it out.
Well, it'll mean there's a monitor like floating above my head with a keyboard and mouse. Like, that's the only bit I'm worried about is will I get a monitor slam me in the face?
There's a kids fucking movie where everybody gets so, is it Wall-E? Where they get so fixated on screens and stuff that even like people on holidays and that are just like they're on, futuristic mobility scooters, for lack of a better word. Is it?
That's not Wall-E. That's Wall-E. I mean, they're all on scooters, but that's because they're in outer space with nothing to do.
Yeah.
And they're just showing the de-evolution of people.
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is going to be Wombrat. He's just going to be sitting there with the screen. He's just going to...
Well,
the good news is, Wombrat, if it does fall on your face, that's just a clip, bro.
There is that. But the only other potentially hilarious way that I could do it is use the projector that's already set up, because with how bad my back has got over the years, like the last 2 years, I set a projector up to like just project onto the ceiling. So I can be laying on my back and playing on the Xbox. That's what it's there for. And yeah, it's ridiculous. But yeah,
that could be dangerous. A projector projecting onto the screen. I'm thinking of some things that could go onto that screen, but anyway, let's move on from that one before we get into that one. Yeah. All right. So
how are you doing, Mike?
Good. First week back for the kids to school, so yeah, like they had fun and the chaos of school holidays is no longer, so yeah. Getting there. Yep. All right, so
nice.
This we've got 1 week left of actually, no, before we start that, Wombrat 23 viewers, I should say. How far?
No, 35 uh effectively followers, stroke subs, whatever you want to call it, the free thing on YouTube.
Yeah.
That is how close we are to the
Okay.
1,000. I am
If you haven't followed or whatever it is for YouTube, it must. Subscribe for YouTube. It's
It's subscribe, yeah.
Followers for Twitch. So if you haven't gone and subscribed for Womprat on YouTube, once he hits 1,000, he starts to get money, right? So go and
Well, you get 1,000, and then you have to have enough watch time. I'm assuming since Womprat's only talking about the subscribers, he might already be there on the watch time. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the joke with the watch time is I have had over 8,000 hours watch time for the last 12 months.
Oh, nice. So yeah, you just need the subscribers. So go subscribe to Womprat. Do it.
So it's good. If you guys help, it's great. I just want to get over the 1,000, and then I can actually focus on using whatever money YouTube gives to pay for time for me to learn to edit. Because that's the biggest thing, is learn to edit to make better videos for that. That's what I'm going to be doing with YouTube. Learn to edit time.
Okay.
Put the link, and we'll do it now.
Yeah.
I can grab it here. But what I can do is I can also do this and just do that.
If you're listening on Spotify,
I've always got it open.
Okay. If you're listening on Spotify at the or Apple Podcasts or whatever, fuck Apple, but if you're listening on Apple, we love you, but you're Apple's shit. But in the bottom, in the description of every episode, there's actually a link there for to Linktree, which goes through to Womprat stuff, Berm stuff. Obviously, I haven't got stuff, but it does the Hut stuff. I think Bones and stuff might still even be on there. But yeah, so if you go bottom of every episode, I don't know whether Womprat puts it up onto YouTube, but if you're looking at his YouTube, well, you would have the link to get to his YouTube already. So
in the description of the YouTube videos is the Twitch streams for both of her.
Yeah.
I think I've also got Berm's YouTube channel linked in there.
Okay.
And it is
I got to give you guys my updated YouTube. I changed my YouTube name. And the only reason I did was because it previously said _SWGoH. The only reason it said that was because my username was unavailable. So I just dropped the _SWGoH. So it's just back to my name.
Okay. I can update that from Linktree side of things. But yeah, I'm pretty sure, I don't know about Bones' stuff, but it's definitely got
I don't know either. Bones, I don't know why Bones thought we were gonna let him back on the show. If you're watching, Bones, why did you think that?
Are you terrorizing poor Bones again? It's funny, don't get me wrong, but
no, we haven't got Bones on there. It's just Womprat and Berm at the moment. So we have officially kicked him out until he starts to come on more. No, that's harsh, but yeah. All right.
I was just kidding, Bones. I was just kidding, bro.
We love him, but he starts work when we start, so he'd be at work right now. So he just hasn't got the time, and work is more important than coming on. Work is more important than coming on and talking to a podcast.
I mean, if you made money from talking on the podcast, but since you don't make money from talking on the podcast, it's like, should I make money or not make money? Should I?
Yeah.
So yeah.
I don't think we're at a Linktree one, but that's a very good idea.
Yeah.
On Brett.
Yep. What I was just trying to find is the Discord link, because I've just realized I don't have the Discord link for the Hutts Hangout podcast store in my body of text that goes after, so I'm just updating that whilst we were talking. Because it was like, ooh, good idea. And Berm's putting other good commands that you need to make. Or I'll make and then pass to you. Either or.
we've got an automated one for the link tree, but I haven't got a command for it. So it'll pop up randomly throughout the episode. Oh, it's literally above there, like above Bodhi's message.
Yep.
All right. Cool. Let's get into some SWGoH stuff. So this week, we're going to look back on this era, give a bit of feedback, a good, the bad, and the ugly, so to speak. Which Womprat killed my joke, but earlier on his thing. But obviously there is 3 of us, and there is a good, there's a bad, and the ugly. You guys can figure out who's who. Obviously I'm good. You can figure out the rest, the other 2, but yeah. No,
Mike,
I'm definitely not the good
Mike, obviously Berm is the good one.
Probably.
He has the hair for it.
Yeah.
He has the hair for it. We've got too much hair to have the good title.
Yeah. I mean, you just don't want to be the ugly, right? Like, I could take bad. I'd be happy with bad, but I just don't want to be the ugly one.
No, I think I think what it is, just as an idea, we've got the good, the bad, which is me and Mike, and the ugly just isn't here. It's Bones. Oh wait, sorry.
Yeah, we'll take that.
I was gonna say the ugly is CG, but I mean we can go with Bones as well if you guys want.
And you can now see the tone of today.
Yeah.
Of it's just going to be piss takey.
And chat,
good luck too.
In chat, Rayrock says I'm the charming one. I'll take that. No worries at all. So yes, I have done a few. If you're watching on YouTube, you'll actually get to see some production. I've got a counter and some images, and yeah, I think just to give everybody a bit of a heads up on what we're doing. So each of us will go through, well, we'll all go through our goods, then we'll go through the bads, and then through the uglies. And everybody will get 5 minutes each to sort of have our say, and then we'll give a bit of a, like the other 2 will have a bit of a 20-30 second chance to comment on it, I guess probably the only thing we didn't figure out is the order. So
whoever wants to go first, go first, and we just rotate between the 3. So one of us has to start in the good, and one gets to end in the good. One gets to start in the bad, and
yeah.
So we're gonna go through like one person goes over round 1, then the next person does round 1, then round 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we all do the goods.
You guys would think we'd have this all worked out in advance, by the way, but we all do our own shit.
Yeah.
When we're not on here. So
All right. So boom, you can start off with the good. So in a nutshell, this is what's one thing this era did genuinely well.
One thing the era genuinely did well. I think even though we didn't necessarily like Colosseum, I think the thing that they did well was the way that I actually like the separate character system for people being able to do the era stuff. Yeah, it sucks that you don't get to use your characters right away. But other than that, I think it's overall a pretty good system. It allows you to work on the new characters and the old characters if you're medium to smaller account. For everybody else, it doesn't really work that well, I guess, because you don't have anything else to do. You don't have any new characters. You don't have anything that you're working on. But I think overall, for the vast majority of players, that is a pretty good mechanic. I see firsthand how it works with other accounts, how it works with smaller accounts. And I think, like I said, I think overall it's a pretty good system. The Coliseum system has really like the era currency with the LSTs. I mean, I'm purely unlocking 3 GLs because of that. I'm just buying LSTs and I'm gonna LST every character almost because I get 500 a day. I can't get to the 1,000, but I get 500 a day. So every 10 days, I get a new Relic 5 character. So I'm gonna have Jabba unlocked by the end of the month, purely just buying LSTs. I have JML. I'm gonna have him unlocked. I almost unlocked Ahsoka. So I think overall the new system is really helpful. It's a good catch-up mechanic. As far as end game goes, you guys would have to speak more to that than I can, since I'm not end game. So I don't know how it really affects everybody else, but I do know how it affects new players, and I know how it affects uh lower accounts. And I know that overall, for the like I said, for the vast majority of the community, not just the top end, it's a great change. And that's all I need. I don't need the whole 5 minutes. So
All right. So you're
It,
just excited about the fact we've got something like new, I guess. Like you're reasonably happy with the errors in general then.
yeah, I think the area system in general is just it's a pretty honestly, it's not a bad design. It's different, and I could see why we wouldn't like it because it's something different. But like if you were just coming into this game as a new player and none of us had ever played this game before, it wouldn't be a thing we were complaining about. This wouldn't be a system we hated, except for the fact that we had been playing the game for a long time. If we were, but like from a new player's perspective, it would just be like, oh, this is kind of cool. I get to work on these characters, but it doesn't affect me working on this other stuff. Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
So
What were you saying, Mombrat? Sorry.
so you kind of hit the nail on the head with a lot of it, where it's like it's good overall. It just doesn't feel great. And it's like there's potential to it. And this is what we've been saying all along is give it the time to have its potential. Like it feels shit. It really does. But as long as I get the ugly as my starting one, you're all gonna love how I'm gonna put it. And yeah. That's the only one I want to start on is the ugly.
We'll
Because
get there.
you
We'll get
both know what I'm gonna say.
We'll get
You
there.
both know how I'm gonna be there.
I think, yeah. I think we're going to be all slightly different, I feel, because we're all a sort of different. We play things differently, I feel. So I'm excited to see what answers we'll come up with. All
like I
right.
said, I interact with a lot of newer players and a lot of lower accounts. Just from being in like with my alt being in smaller guilds, and I help out a lot of people and stuff. So I have a good perspective of how it looks to new players and smaller accounts and the possibilities and the potentials that are there.
Yeah.
Rather than just like my big account. So
Yeah. All right. If you want the ugly first, Wombrat, I'll go now. Then you can have the last.
Yep.
And I'll start for the bad.
On the good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you didn't say anything for the good. Are you not talking about the good?
Oh no.
No,
Is there
he's
nothing?
doing
Yeah.
he's
Is there
doing
nothing
his
good?
He's doing his good, then I'm doing my good, so that I'll be the one that starts the ugly.
Yes.
I'm just saying
Yeah.
you started talking already like I'm gonna go first on the bad, but you haven't said anything good. Does that mean there's nothing good?
There is but I'll wait my turn for the good.
I came prepared. I spent quite a lot of time this afternoon actually typing out responses. So be prepared. All right. So, for me, I think the best part of this era, hands down, is the Colosseum, which probably is weird. What makes it stand out isn't like the bosses or the leaderboard. I don't really like that side of things, but just how it ties into the era system, like it makes it like it sort of feels like it's like the heartbeat, I guess, of the whole era system. So I love having a daily event where like every day matters, you progress a little, you earn a reward, you improve your characters, and then the very next day like they're compounding, because it's feeding directly back into the characters, which then the next day makes it a bit easier, and all sort of like snowballs. So there's this real sense of forward motion, like you're having a reward instantaneously. So like other parts of the era just feel a bit not quite there yet, and maybe they'll change it. Sort of like if you didn't log in for the Coliseum every day, what are you actually interacting with in the new era stuff? Because the characters are sort of there, but you're not able to use them for 12 weeks. That literally it's the Coliseum, which is everything, right? Yeah. So like even like I'm not topping the leaderboards or anything for my little shard thing. I'm sort of like 30 to 50s probably. And that's like I only spend to get them up to 7 stars. But it's still I'm still seeing the progress every day where I'm getting a character 2 or 3 levels higher. And then that makes the next day a little bit better, and so on and so forth. Yeah. Yeah. So it sort of makes the progression purposeful. And I'm enjoying it, like tinkering around with the teams to try and get a little bit better score each day. I'm enjoying that. So I think if this wasn't there, the error system would be in a worse shape. Yeah, that's my good.
Fair enough.
All right, Wombrat, have your disappointment moment.
Yeah, I am disappointed that you even enjoy Colosseum.
No. So the idea of the Colosseum, yes, and
Yeah.
playing it, yes, but like the bosses and the leaderboard thing, I think could be better. But
Yeah.
So I actually agree with Mike a little bit. I actually do enjoy. I don't like spending all 5 fights, but I like taking 1 or 2 of the fights and trying to actually see how high of a score I can get, and like messing around with my teams and like moving them. I already know which team is going to do the best for the most part. But I do like tinkering around and seeing like, oh, can I beat that last score that I had? And I like that when we're getting new characters, it it feels really good when you get a new character, and nobody can disagree with that. So I mean, you could obviously, but when you get a new character, it feels so good. It really does. It really does.
a little boost.
Until you get that new character, yeah, it sucks until you get the new character. But man, when you get the new character, they did a really good job of um, even though like it the character's good, and they did. Sorry. So I think they did a good job of like ordering when you get the characters so that the more powerful characters come out later, so that it does continue to progress. Because if they gave us like Darth Vader at the beginning, right? Then they give us like, we'll say Luke at the end, nothing happens and we don't progress any because Luke
Wouldn't
isn't
have
that
got
great.
used.
But
Yeah,
they did a good job of giving us characters in an order that it continues to help us along the way. So every time a new character comes out, you get a little bit farther. So I think they did a really good job of giving us that dopamine hit every time a new character comes out.
My biggest problem with Colosseum is literally the RNG. So
yeah.
in my bracket at the moment, everybody above me, and I am currently 12th. I have got everybody at 85, bar Maul and Vader. Vader is at 78 right now. I am at 1.1 million today and cannot get any higher. I've already done 12 battles today. I will not spend any more crystals. The next person above me is all at level 70, and they are at 4.2 million.
Ban them, CG.
No, it's I'm getting horrible RNG that means, oh look, I can't physically get any higher, even though I have spent more.
Like I said,
why?
The bosses and the leaderboard thing, I think, could be tweaked better. Yeah, but the idea of the Colosseum and how we use it to progress, I like.
I just can't get behind Colosseum at all.
No,
I
the
do not like it.
the RNG does frustrate me because yeah, like I had a run where I only got like 200,000. And then all of a sudden my next run I got 600,000 and I'm like I didn't do anything differently. The only difference was all the bosses just kept basicking me. Like they didn't use their abilities. They just kept hitting me with they just kept basicking over and over again and I was like I guess I'm about to have a really good run. Yes.
I wonder if that's
But
so
yeah.
we can't do the whole, all right, so you're going with this character, this level, you press this skill, like, you know how someone figured out the gel layer
It
for
is kind of
Endor?
frustrating because I think you're onto something. I think part of it is to not I don't want to say fuck over content creators, but kind of. They don't want content creators telling everybody how to do it. And the only way to do that is to up the RNG because we can't tell you what to do. Like there's no way you can't come on my stream and I'm like, here's how you do the Coliseum, guys. I can't make a YouTube video that everybody can go watch where I say, here's how to fight this boss. Here's how to do this. I could tell you, here are the mechanics and here's how it works, but I can't help you because they could just AoE you every time and you lose. Every time it comes up, they could AoE you. And now it doesn't matter what I told you. They could basic every time, and all of a sudden you've got the highest score you're ever gonna get, and it'll never happen again. Stuff like that. So
Yeah. And I think this is the biggest thing. It's got so much RNG that, like, even spenders against people that are non-spending, because you can, in theory, just with crystal spending, and this person, by the way, is only 5-star. So the chances are they have only spent crystals. They are 5-star and yet 2 million higher than me in score today. How? I am 7-star across the board.
Yeah.
Like, that shouldn't be even possible. And that is the problem with Colosseum, is it needs a, what's it? Part of my good might be covering part of that, though. So
Right.
I'll
Well,
wait.
you're up
let's
now
get
anyway.
into your good. It's
Yeah.
your
Right.
turn. Yeah.
So what I think they've done good is the concept of the era system, not actually the whole thing. Like we just talked about, there are problems with Colosseum. The new giving us loaned units could solve it. That could solve Colosseum and make it good. The idea of here is 6 units that we know about right away. You can start planning. You can start looking at mod builds. It gives us time to think and plan ahead. It gives you a chance to go, do I want to spend on this one? Do I care about this one? No. Right. Okay. So I can skip it. It gives you a chance where you can go, okay, I'm going to continue working towards Leia, but I like this new team. So I'm going to work towards that at the same time. It gives you the opportunity to progress your account in a whole new way. But that's it. It's the concept of this era system that is great. The best thing about this era system right now is the fact that it's giving relic materials and it's giving LSBs. The LSB tokens are that level of powerful that, oh, you're a newer account that's able to get like 300-ish a day, or even the 1,000 a day if you're in a low enough one with no spenders. Congrats. Start buying those LSBs, start buying those 5K LSBs, and progress your account massively. Relic 10 does not matter in the lower end. And even in Kyber 1, Relic 10 is okay. But that's the best thing about this newest era system is letting you enjoy your account more. You're not having to go, oh, I have to do this. But yeah. One of those. One of those. Like, I don't enjoy this system that much. I'm annoyed with it in all different ways. But the biggest thing that I am happy about is the way that the actual era system is sorted. Like, at least we know this is what they're going to keep doing moving forward. Knowing that lets us plan, lets us think ahead. That's more important to me. That I can now plan my account for the next era, which we'll be talking about later and taking the piss with, but I can plan for the next era. I can know that on the fourth character after the second day, I have to stop spending all relic mats to get to relic 7 across the board and one of them going to relic 10. And that's if there's 7 of them. Knowing things like that means I've now got 4 weeks of the start of the new era. Well, no, 8 weeks of the new era where I can literally go, oh, I'm going to work on this. I'm going to spend relics here. I'm going to relic 10 this character, relic 8 this character. I'm doing fucking Phoenix because I know I can. Like, I started early thinking this can't be right. I trust my maths 9 times out of 10. But I started early and I'm relicking up Phoenix just because of TB, because the new era system means I don't have to worry about the old era system. I can afford to spend where I want to spend. And that is probably the best thing about this era system is the concept of it is great. The ideal of it is brilliant. But being able to turn around and go, actually, I've got like 8 weeks where I can piss about with my account and work shit out. That is amazing. Absolutely amazing. But yeah, and that's it. That is it. That is my biggest good part is that the fact that you can actually focus on your account properly.
And what's good about that being the good part, though, is that was their intention. So
True.
that was their whole intention. So what they got right is what they were intending. Now, obviously, some bad stuff came along with that, but they, for the most part, they did a good job implementing a system that does that, where you can work on new stuff and old stuff at the same time so that you can catch up on your account, stuff like that. Now, the problem is an account like, I saw Tasnix in here, an account like Tasnix where it has everything, it's just kind of boring.
Well,
So
even Wombrat's
now the good thing is, and same with you, yeah. I mean, the good news is that's not the majority of players, and they're not targeting the majority of players. Like we said, they're targeting they're not targeting the minority, they're targeting the majority in this case. And they're kind of coming at it from, yeah, they're coming at it from a different perspective of, let's try to help out the masses with this change and new people coming into the game and stuff like that. So, and like I said, if you'd never played this game, there would be no reason we wouldn't be complaining about this if we'd never played this game. So like new players coming into this game don't know any better, and there's nothing for them to they hear us complaining and they're like, what are you guys complaining about? So,
yeah. All right. Let's move on to the bad. So this is what nearly worked but didn't quite land. Right, so I think I'm up first so that Wombrat gets first go at the ugly. Okay, so the idea of the
there's no timer.
The idea of the era characters almost works perfectly. The kits are interesting. There's new mechanics and interactions. But the execution missed the mark. So for the first 12 weeks, you can't use them outside the era content. By the time they finally move into the legacy, you've either have to relearn the character, the kits, or you've mentally checked out and gone on to the new set, right? The new era. And that just kills a lot of the excitement for people who are spending the money to get them up. So new characters should be something you're itching to try in like GAC, TW, TB, not something that sits on the bench for months. sorry, we also have to give a solution to our bads. So my solution is pretty simple. Let the error characters be usable in all game modes. Pretty straightforward. But keep their progressions tied to the error system. So say at the moment we've got like a couple of like level 75 characters. When you go to use them in GAC, they would then be Relic 0 or Gear 13, I should say. The only way for you to upgrade them is purely through the error system, through Colosseum, etc. So they're not, can't use normal gear. There's like all of that is still all in place. So CG is still getting their money from people spending on the error currencies. But realistically, if they are available straight up, you're probably going to get people with a little bit more incentive to be spending on them to get them to higher error levels, so that when they use them outside of their error sort of events, they are usable. So because at the moment the system really discourages like engagement with those new characters. Like, why rush a character you can't play with? Why learn a kit you won't touch for months? Like this fix could change that. Keeps error structure intact, while getting back to that whole we've spent the money, let's use them. And that's sort of why I've got it as a bad, because it nearly worked but didn't quite land. So yeah, that's me.
Yeah, I think that's definitely a good point to put forward. Is like I've already done my mod loadouts now for all of the new shit. It's done. It's ready to go. I talked about to Mike about something, and then it was, you know what? I'll just use Ewoks, and they're currently stored on my Ewoks, ready to go. Daily land. I know my swap list, and I'm done. I think that is probably a very big thing for people, is not being able to use them. You switch off from them. You stop remembering the kit. Like, who actually knows the Chewy kit off by heart yet? Who
I
knows
do.
how a Sarge works properly? Other than Berm, obviously. Berm like memorizes the kit each night. He's there, takes the kit to bed with him on paper, and yeah, that one. But yeah,
But so
I
like
think that is a good point.
even then, so
Having more ways to use them is
we've
important.
used them as a group of like 6 or 7 characters, not in their faction. So how is Choda gonna work with the Wookiees? Like nobody
Yeah,
knows.
I agree with that. Yeah, no, and you find out real quick how much you don't know about them when they give us these era quests, not era quests, whatever those things are
Yeah,
called, era journey
error
things or
battles,
whatever.
the Galactic
Yeah, the era
Challenge.
battles. Whenever those, yeah, when those era battles come out, you learn real quick. You don't know what the fuck those guys do because
They
I'm
don't work
clicking
together.
abilities and I'm like, why does nobody have foresight? Why is nobody assisting? Why isn't this working? Why isn't this working? I'm like, what the hell is going on? And that's actually my main complaint about the era battles, by the way, if we were gonna go on a little tangent, is that just that it's like, bro, you have us using all these characters and everybody's tagged as everything, and then all of a sudden for this era battle, these are the only characters I can use, but nothing works because they're not tagged. Like, but yeah, no, I actually agree with you, Mike. I don't think that um I think the problem is if you if you let people use those characters, right away, even with the era system, like you still use the era system and they get their stuff. The problem is modding. I think the problem comes down to modding, and once you start allowing people to add mods to the characters, it's going to affect the character inside the era system because it's the same database. And they'd have to do fundamental changes to the game that they couldn't do. Um, with coding, and I think that's where the real issue comes in, is trying to keep it separate. And that's, I honestly, I don't think they have any issue with us using the characters. I think I think it's a fundamental problem with the coding of the game as to why we can't. I don't think it's that they are being dicks and they don't want us to. I think it's an issue with, I think it's a fundamental issue in not being able to do it.
We've got separate databases when it comes to GAC and TW, because we lock in those characters at whatever relics,
And that's baked into
and
that's baked into the game now, man. But that's baked into the game, that's already existing. That it'd be a fundamental change. Like, they'd have to create new stuff. They'd have to create, and the potential for breaking shit is so high. It's so high, and why risk that?
Someone just has to
the
sneeze,
biggest
though. That happens.
the biggest thing
That's true, yeah.
the biggest thing they've got to always think about, especially when they're implementing something new, is what is the risk this breaks more than the benefit is going to give. Because if it breaks too much and it gets out and we then find out, it just looks bad on their part.
So, it does, and I agree with that, Womp. And the only people you're affecting are like the top like 5% of people in the game, by allowing that. Nobody else is, those characters aren't usable for anybody else. With the exception of like doing the episode quests and stuff like that. Those characters aren't usable for anybody else. Most people aren't 7-starring those characters. Most people aren't 5 and 6-starring those characters. I know we all think that like everybody's like spinning crystals on this, but I can tell you firsthand that not everybody's doing it. Most of the people aren't even 5 and 6-starring these characters.
Yeah.
I think if we pulled the data for how many people actually put currency and stuff into marquees, it's really low.
Just don't look at
Right.
me.
My turn. Right. Here we go. So what nearly landed is definitely the Colosseum and the era battles. It had potential. We know that there's a potential fix coming because of the loaned units. We've got the loaned unit shit that appeared in the data mine the other day. I hope it fucking fixes Colosseum and makes it enjoyable, makes it more fun. There is so many concerns that have been raised by it. People going, oh, well, we're going to have to spend era currency raising their level. Hopefully fucking not, but we'll see. It's one of those. They have got a chance of doing some absolutely amazing things right here, right now. That's all we hope for. That's all we can ask for, is that improvement happens. When it comes around to the era battles, my biggest bugbear is the exact same thing as Berm, is literally you turn around and you go, oh yeah, we've had Colosseum where all this interaction's been happening. Now it fucking doesn't, and we have to reread the kit and try and understand what we're actually going to get as a benefit. Because it is just a math. Now, fingers crossed that gets improved in the future, gets changed in the future with these loaned units. It would mean, okay, well, like for Assad, we might get Boba Fett as a loaned unit and another couple of bounty hunters. Now we can learn a kit properly. We're not bullshitting with everybody's a bounty hunter moment. And it's like, that's my biggest bugbear with it, is those two systems nearly landed great. Like, you can see, imagine if Colosseum, you go, okay, well, I want to use Barriss with these Inquisitor teams. That would be actually quite fun. Or you go, here's Vader with Palpatine, Mara Jade, Thrawn, and bloody Royal Guard. That would be fun. Getting to see how these units work would be great. Getting to use potentially Stranger with Maul and Starkiller. If you don't have Maul or Starkiller or Stranger, but you got Maul and you got to play with Maul and play with those two units that were loaned to you at the same level as your Maul, that would be stupid fun. And encourage people to go, right, okay, how can I red crate? I've enjoyed playing with Maul and Stranger. How can I now get that? Oh, there's a Lightspeed bundle that's coming out at the end of the era that's specifically for Starkiller. I'll buy that because now I skip Starkiller getting part. And oh, wait, Now I might have the stuff. Oh, I could now sneak red crate there. Oh, look, I can now get stranger. You're encouraging people to spend by giving us shit that we enjoy. Actually doing shit like that could really make Colosseum fun, could make the era battles actually worthwhile. And my biggest problem with the era battle is it can be done once, and that's it. Once it's done once, there is no reward from it. We've got 7 days where it's just meh. I do it on the first day. I usually do it on the stream on a Thursday, and then I forget that it even exists. I don't go on it until the following week when we've got a new character. That's my biggest bugbear there is, oh, look, it's a one-use event that's stupid. If you're going to do shit like that, give us shit that we can enjoy. Give us shit that we want to go and do daily. To actually do something fun with it. May it be PvP with it. Give us like a bloody ranked bloody arena style thing where the only thing you're getting is bloody credits. You get more credits for going higher up. Okay. None of us care about credits, but it gives us a chance to try this team in new ways. That's it. Give us fun shit to do with them. Not fucking boring crap. There we go.
I say, by the way, when you say that, I'm not going to disagree with that at all. I like it. If they gave us a game mode where you didn't get anything, you know what the fucking outrage would be?
Yeah.
I like your idea. Wompred. It's a great idea. I
It-
really like it because it's a way to test things out and a way to just play with the stuff that you've gotten. I do like that.
Yeah.
But can you imagine the fucking outrage from the community if they
Well,
did something like that? Like
the way that I would say is probably the potential best way they could do it is allow us to use them in arena.
Can I just
Allow
point
us
out?
to use them in a game mode that doesn't really matter.
Yeah, can I point out Squad Arena? We've already
Yeah.
got one where we
Yeah.
get nothing,
But-
or we get I don't even know what the fuck.
you get squad arena currency, and most people. So early game, it's actually squad arena is amazing. But as soon as you buy everything in the squad arena, there's no reason to do it anymore. The only reason you do it is so you can buy prestige, so that you can upgrade your capital ship, and then once you have enough, you don't need that anymore. So it doesn't fucking do anything. Like once you get to a certain point, it doesn't do anything at all.
My biggest thing would be if they allowed us to use them in squad arena, whatever level they were, it just transferred to that gear or relic level, and you could use them in squad arena. You couldn't mod them still, but you could use them with whatever datacrons are available and whatever was in your normal roster. That would give us something to test with all the goddamn time.
I'd like to have the GAC Omicrons in Squad Arena. I know that might be like maybe people don't like that. I'd like to have that just because then you can actually test out characters. And I know that makes Squad Arena more of a testing area than it does Squad Arena, but I think it's a good idea to just make it like a sub category of Grand Arena. And have that in there. It just kind of adds something else to it. I don't know. But then it also kind of nerfs Squad Arena and the fact that now your GAC teams are OP, but I don't know.
Yeah, I agree there. Like there's bits where they need to make improvements. I don't fully know how they can improve it the best. But I think they need to do something to Colosseum to make it better, to the air battles to make it better, and give us something to actually do that we're going to care about. That's it. Just give us something that we can actually do with them. Let us test bullshit. The biggest thing for every streamer has been we cannot test any of these characters except for in 2 shitty game modes. And that's it.
And that's not really
no
testing.
feedback.
And that's not really testing either. I mean,
my biggest scare right now is week 3 of this Grand Arena we're in. We're going to have potentially 7 new teams. Out of all of them, Luke has got potential. Yoda's got potential. Asajj has got potential. Barriss has got potential. Vader's got potential. Maul 100% is going to be goddamn evil. The only one there.
Nobody's going to be using Luke, bro. You're not going to see Luke. You're not going to see Luke, dude.
Lower end, you may.
You will lower end. Okay.
Yeah.
But those people, but the lower end, again, like if you go look at people's accounts, if you just went and clicked through some people's accounts that like come through stream, actually what we need is we need some people that are lower in the game to come through and give us their ally codes so that we can look at their accounts and see where these people have gotten with the era characters and stuff. I think that'd be really helpful actually. Because I think we'll notice a pattern that a lot of these characters are like level 50 maybe. So I just logged into my mini Berm account, which is 4 mil. I logged in the other day. I was gonna help a guild out. And they gave me I can't help myself. I can't. They gave me so much currency though on my account that I was able to I haven't played in almost 2 months on this account. And they gave me so much stuff that I was able to level almost everybody up to like 50 without even playing the game. I haven't even been playing the game, and I'm able to level all these people up. So if you're not at least level 50, you guys are doing something wrong. If your guys are still like level 20 or 30, just so you know.
Like the thing there is like they need to do something to encourage us to play every day, let alone then skip. Because what if you skip till like the last one? You get them all up to 50. Yeah, you've not got up to 65 to get it mostly past bloody gear, but you're pretty damn close. You've made a big ass skip and you've just joined in at the end. So please, CG, do something nice. For the guys that are playing every day, give us some form of progression method other than nothing. That's all I'm asking for. Somewhere to test, somewhere where we can progress. That's it. That's the changes needed.
All right.
Yep.
You're up for the ugly.
All right, I'm ready. I'm ready. I wrote some stuff down. So
no, Berm's got the bad.
The bad.
Yep.
Yeah. Right. I will be back.
How
in
dare
2
you,
seconds.
Mike? Thank you, Womp Rat.
Yeah.
Mike's out here trying to
let him have the bad moment. Come on.
Yeah. So my bad is going to be the what we'd already discussed. Obviously, there's not a lot of bad, honestly. I would go with the lack of synergy in the characters, the lack of the synergy in the era in general, though. Like when these characters come out, yeah, I get that they all are going to go their own teams, and I see what they're doing. They're kind of helping out teams that have been lacking in the past that we haven't really gotten anything to like help them out. These lifters, they're nice, but they're not enough to make the teams usable. Obviously we don't know that yet because they're not usable, which is one of the complaints. But the lack of synergy with the characters being released. I know previously, like in the past, we've gotten like marquees, like we got the Bad Batch, we got I can't think of all of them. We'll just go with the Bad Batch. But usually these marquees coming out, the pirates, stuff like that. When we're getting these marquees, they go together, right? We're getting stuff that synergizes. And with this one, we're getting a bunch of stuff that just is kind of gets scattered. So once the era ends, it just gets scattered out to the wind. Like, okay, this goes with this team, this goes with this team. And I'd like to see it just doesn't make sense. I guess that's the best way to put it. It doesn't make sense. Like we say, like, oh, in this era, this is the era of blah, 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 usually. And with this one, it's like, oh, this era is just kind of a hodgepodge of characters that don't go together. So where is the coherency for these characters other than again, I know they go with a bunch of random teams, but that's not necessarily good. And I get that, again, they're trying to uplift these older teams, but that'd be my bad, is just that when you tell me that, hey, we're in this era, I'm thinking these characters all exist in the era and kind of go together, and not just exist in the same era. I get that they're all from the same era. Okay. I just mean they don't really go together in that era. They're kind of from different aspects of the era. So,
Your fixes.
and actually getting to my fixes, make them more make them go back to the way we were doing it previously. Like with the last marquee, we got all the pirates. And I get that there was an overarching goal for giving us all the pirates, but having characters go together like that, where they come out and it's like, oh, here's a team, here's a team, here's a team. And I get that you can't do that every time because obviously you need to fix old teams, stuff like that. But I feel like it's more fun when you get stuff like that as opposed to trying to fix older stuff that nobody really cares about. Like honestly, like Stormtrooper Luke is a cool idea. It's fun. Um, I don't give a shit about him. Like when he comes out, like I don't care. I don't use that team. Like I can't remember the last time I saw a team in GAC that would use Luke. Like I'm looking at my GAC right now and I can't where would you put that I wouldn't just obliterate it? You know what I mean? Like you're not gonna put that on defense because I'm just gonna walk through it. Um, so yeah, I would say it's more fun to get stuff that goes together. And actually, Stormtrooper Luke doesn't even go with the other characters from that era. Neither does Darth Vader actually. Like Maul, like you know what I mean? Like because Darth Vader, like the Darth Vader they gave us um is essentially the end of the series of the original movies. Then we've got this hate-fueled Maul who's the end of middle/end of the prequel era. And then we've got Barriss, who is a spin-off show that nobody would even care about. Like you may or may not have even seen. You know what I mean? Like they don't go together. I guess that's my point. They don't go together. They're not so they're in an era together, but where is this era? Like, there's no like when I'm thinking era, I'm thinking like prequels, sequels, Ahsoka, Andor, stuff like that. You know what I mean? So I would say make them go in the era together. Like I want characters that go together, and that's my rant. I got 10 seconds left.
Yep.
I kind
So
of just want to let it count down.
The biggest thing there is they did come out at the start of this era saying it's a group of lifters, effectively. That's effectively what they said in that big ass long post is here is a load of shit for all different teams because of it being the 10th anniversary era. I think they will go back to how they were, especially with whatever the next era is. We will mention it, but yeah, it's probably going to go back to here is one team, maybe two teams, and we're done, sort of thing. I don't think we're going to go to here is the hodgepodge era indefinitely. And that's what I've called this since day one is this is the era of hodgepodge. Whatever you're going to put together, you're going to put together, but fucking hell. This makes no sense even to me.
But they've done that in the past. So Starkiller and Afra, that was always that like end of the year, got a legendary that had something like 5 or 6 random characters that made up that legendary. So they have done it in the past, and
yeah, but not as bad as this because, at least with Afra, there was 2 droids that went with Afra, and then 2 bits that were lifters. With this, it's like none of these you're going to use together. Absolutely none of them. You're not going to run bloody Luke with IG or Yoda or bloody Barriss. No. Like the closest one that you've got that may work together is Barriss and Vader because of the Empire tag. Everything
Choda's got the droid tag, right? No, what does he got? No, he's got a Jedi and a Wookiee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Jedi and Wookiee, yeah.
He could end up on a bloody Luke squad. But like who else would go on a Luke squad? No fucker. Like the only ones that are even close is literally Barriss and Vader. And it's like, no. They don't gel well together. So it's one of those where, yes, it is bad that this era is basically here is a load of lifters. That's how I've seen this era, is enjoy it as a load of lifters.
I mean, it is nice to get lifters, right? I mean, you do need them to otherwise those teams are completely irrelevant. I just don't think these lifters made teams relevant. Obviously some of the teams that they're helping were already good teams. I mean, it's cool that the teams are getting better, but the teams that are getting better were teams that were already good anyways. So you're lifting like a Star Killer team. Star Killer didn't need a lifter. Is it fun? Yeah, it is fun because now you get more stuff that make it better, but it wasn't necessary.
Well, Starkiller basically turned into Malakos lifter. Like it was sort of like the tag on to when you had a Ray with Ezra sort of thing. Like that's when it went through. So
I mean, that's the only team I run. I only run Seer Malco Star Killer. So
like I've gone to, for Pirate King Hondo killing is Seer Malakos and Baby Cal. That is just hilarious that kills it so efficiently. But Seer Malakos and Starkiller, yeah, there are reasons to run that. But it used to be, well, it's Ray, Ben, Ezra, Baby Cal, and there was another one. And it was the bit before Barris where it became more applicable. And it was only because of having Baby Cal in there that you needed to move Starkiller in. Otherwise, Starkiller stayed on his own goddamn team because he could clear other shit for you. And that was more the thing, is bits and pieces of stupidity, why you had to do certain things the way you had to do them. But yeah, it's not good. It's not good at all. Like, I don't like that it's Hodgepodge era. I really hope that they never do this bullshit again where it's here's 6 separate characters, enjoy.
this your
Because
do
no.
I start the timer?
My ugly, you are going to probably laugh because it is definitely a whale ugly.
Are you ready for
all right,
it?
well, let's go. Let's do it right now.
Are you ready?
Are
you ready for what is going to be worse than a Bones rant?
Let's get ready for Womp Rat.
Here we go. So mine is that as a spender, as a whale spender, they have pushed spenders away from the game. How they have done this is they've gone, oh yeah, you can spend your $100 every fucking character just to get it to 7-star. And then, oh yeah, you would usually use your gear and saved relics to go to like relic 8, relic 9. Great. No. We want another $200 off you to take all your characters to 85. Because, oh wait, you could get to 72 all free to play once you've spent the crystal, once you've spent the money on getting the stars. But no. You cannot even get with crystals from 70 to 85. You cannot physically do it because we have no way of buying the last set that we need and no way of buying the purples. So once you hit 70, you are stuck. You needed Vader to get you up, and you could only get, I think it was 72 when you averaged it out. That is fucking gross behavior by CG to the stage of get absolutely fucked. Like, you are having to spend at least, it's at least 5 packs just to do 6 characters of the last one, which is basically $100. Then you've also got another, I think it's only 3 packs that you needed of the one beneath it with the Vader bonuses and everything else. No, CG, fucking stop this bullshit. Absolutely fucking no. That's no. At all. No, there's no fucking need. It's utter wank to make whales turn around who already give you serious amounts of money to then go basically give us quarter of that money again just to get what you've been doing for fucking months. But at 7-star, as long as you've 7-starred at the right time, you can get to 72. If you haven't 7-starred at the right time, no. Fucking shit. And that's the biggest thing. We cannot buy materials that are for above level 70 in any way, shape, or form. That's the biggest part. Like right now, yeah, you can buy the data cache for 6 for what, 1,299 crystals. Great. But who's spending crystals on that? No. GG, absolutely fucking not. You are hurting whales and guys that have played this game that long that they can be free to play, not spend anything, and could literally go gear 1 to gear 12 on all your fucking characters, and then turn around and go, oh, by the way, you want them at Relic 6? Yeah, I've got that. I'm currently sat on the ship for Relic 7 for all of them, and Relic 10 on Maul from Relic 2. Give me the rest of this time off before they drop. I could do the last bit of Relic 1 and Relic 2. No, it's fucking shit. It is shit. Fucking hate it, and it needs to be corrected. It has already driven people away from spending. There has already been creators that have said they are not spending anymore. There are people that are big whale accounts that have said we're reducing spending, or we're just going to have to do smart spending. Like I've already said, I can do it at, I think it's $150. Like I'm going to give you an extra $150 and that's it. I'm spending on the era passes. I'll spend on the 7-star crystals. After that, no. You've got more out of me, but that's as a content creator. Everything else, get fucked. Like you bring a new bloody monthly pass out. Nope. You say, oh yeah, you can have an extra roll on the what's it called? You have to pay to access the new bloody era, the Jabba thing. What's it called? Don't remember, where you get mods and shit. Oh, that Relic 9 one, you have to pay to access. No. Like, no. Whatever you bring that's paid to access now is a no from me. Like, you've got the max. That's it. And there you go. That's how pissed off I was. I used the entirety of the time.
So I have a I'm gonna go with a question. I have a question. Specifically for you, Womprat.
Yep.
So it's $100 to 7-star, because I watched Zaret's video.
Yep.
And I'm sure most people did, because it was very, very clickbaity, and it got me. I clicked. Yep. So how much, we'll say it's $100 to 7-star. About how much is it to level the characters where you need them to go?
So I have spent,
because you need to get them up to 85 to do the full unlock on
so
on the legendary. Okay.
Every one through, I have spent $30. It works out at. So you effectively would be spending $130 per time on each new character to bump yourself along enough to basically give yourself the upgrade chance. Now, yes, right at the start, that is only $15. And a couple of the later ones is a bit more money, because it is like $40 on this one and $40 on this one. But yeah.
Okay. So it's about,
it averages
because you have to get them
because you have to get them
okay, because you have to get them up to 85. Like we know that if you're doing this, like, it wasn't clickbait Berm, he was just passionate. It was a clickbait title, man. You're not, it was a clickbait title. It was. I even mentioned it, and Womprat and Mike definitely agree with that. I can speak for them because they're the ones who told me it's a clickbait title.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I get that he was passionate. He was passionate, and I'm not saying he wasn't passionate. I'm just saying that the title made it seem like he was quitting the game. And you're not going to convince me that's not what it was. It made it seem like he was quitting the game. So it's $130. How much was it in the past? And this is what I'm not trying
$100.
to I'm not trying to like bait you or anything. How much was it in the past
$100
to get a character to 7-star?
So when they brought out the pack, which was a £30 pack, and then you could buy the £70 pack, it became day one. You bought those 2 packs, you got to 105 of 100, and by the end of the week-long era, you were 7-star. So it was $100 to do it the slow way, and away you went. I'm not talking for the whales that will turn around and day one 7-star, because you're looking at about $50 to $60 on top of that just on the spend packs. I don't do the gamble shit of, oh yeah, I can do this, unless I want to save money and just do it with crystals, which is what we've done on multiple occasions through this. I build the crystals up over it so I don't have to spend that $100. Oh, look, I've got up to 16k crystals. Oh, look, I've bought Vader, for instance. I did Vader on the gamble packs. I've not had to spend any money on him. At the end of the day, I've done it to try and save the money. But it's roughly, on the old system, it was $100, and that was it. You were done by the end of the event. Oh, look, I'm 7-star now, and now I've run it up to like relic 8, 9, or 10. Like, you're just running it to the max.
So how much was it before the new marquee system? I want to say it was like 200 or 300, right?
If you got an average roll, it was about $150 to $180, depending on your roll.
Okay. And the reason I'm asking is because I feel like it's still cheaper. Technically. So it's not cheaper than the system they rolled out, because they rolled out the new system.
Yes.
They rolled out the new system, which was cheaper. And then they kind of reverted back slightly. So it's still cheaper than it used to be, but it's more expensive than the new system that they had rolled out.
Yeah. They've made it substantially more expensive than what they had rolled out, because it meant for guys that were like in mine and Mike's, and just guys that have played for long enough, who have had all the kit, just pure stockpile. Like, for God's sakes, I went, oh, I need more bloody aero magnifiers the other day. I broke down enough kit to give me 300. I just literally went, I need another 80, I think it was, for this bloody era. And I just turned around and went, here, have 300. And it's like, I have the kit in stockpile. It does not matter.
I think I've got the answer. So the 7-starring of the characters has not changed. Still costing the same. It's just now you've got an extra to get the gear, or in this case, the error levels, to get up to the gear 13 plus. Because at a free-to-play level, you won't get gear 13. Which then means that you've either got to wait for the 12 weeks and then put the gear into them, or you spend the money so I'm out of the error at a relic level.
So you can gear 13 is what, 75?
Yes.
No,
it's
yes, 75, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 75. Yeah, it's 75. Yeah, so as free to play, you can get to 75.
74.
I don't know if you can get I don't know if you can do it on all of them. I mean, Sonic in chat just said I'm able to get all of them to level 75 as free to play.
Yeah.
Except one.
And I can tell you, except one. And that's what I was getting at. You can't get them all there. And that's what I was getting at. I spent money on Luke. Again, that's the only character I spent money on, was Luke at the very beginning, just to see how much does this help me. I haven't spent any more money on any of the characters at all. So I haven't been spending money, and I'm almost level 80 on all my characters. Well, I'm level 80 on 2 of them, and I'm level 75. I'm level 74. I'll be 75. I'm going to be in about the same boat. Everybody will be at least 75, except for one character. I think one character. I have to choose which one I don't want to go to 75, essentially.
And you picked Luke, right?
And I picked Luke because Luke sucks. So
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm hoping everybody's picked Luke as the
But
my
point was that and I get where you're coming from, Womp Rat, but it's still, I think what happened is they started losing money because they gave us too much of a discount. Um, their numbers dropped too much. When I say losing money, obviously these guys are making money. Their numbers dropped because obviously this is a business. I know we say this all the time, and I get that
So,
we shouldn't be like, oh yeah, the poor business. But at the same time, revenue has to increase in businesses or businesses go out of business. So and
so
I think that maybe they lost too
just
much money, but it's still discounted. It's still discounted from what it used to be. That's what I was
so
getting at.
just to give you a bit of insight there, because I do look at CG's profits that they have to declare because US company, it's great. You can basically track it, and I've tracked it alongside when they've changed era systems before, when they changed to how they did this. So the profit that they had before it all, we'll call as the base level. They changed to that $100 system. Do you know what happened to their profits? It doubled. They actually increased in profit because they went from here's 200, 250 quid, a relic level, just to relic the new shit, to here's $100. And they got new whales going, oh, actually, that's substantially cheaper for me to 7-star.
Okay.
And they got people buying in. And there are brand new whales that I know only started not long after that change that have substantially spent more than even I do because of those changes. Now they have
Okay.
driven some of them away with these newer changes. That's the problem. That is the problem.
Okay. And that's why I was asking. I am by no means saying that this is a good change or anything. I was just asking because I don't spend a lot of money. So it's like
Yeah.
it is cheaper than it used to be, is what I was getting at. So it's still cheaper than it used to be. And I'm not saying it's good, bad, whatever. Um I just wanted to point out the differences, I guess.
Mm.
Like, yeah, it sucks that it went up a little bit, but it's still cheaper than it used to be. Is that justification? Not really, because they put a system in place and then they said, "Oh, you know what? We still want more money." Um, so which in turn ended up when you look at the numbers again, I guarantee you their profits went down.
Oh,
So,
yeah. I can
yeah.
guarantee the profits are definitely lower now than what they were before. Like, we're going to see a spike at the start of this era, and I'm going to look at it for the year to date. I think I'm planning to look at it in February, March time when they declare their December profits. Like all the way to December, they're going to have made a profit. What we need to see is it more than the usual 50% drop in January? If it's more than the 50% drop that they're used to, that's a sign something is wrong with this era. And I think that is where we're going to see some massive changes. Like, I think we'll
Yeah.
get to April, May time, and things will have to have changed.
All right, let's move on to ugly.
Yeah.
All right, I'm ready. My
Cool.
ugly is gonna be pretty quick. I don't have a lot of complaints. Um, my ugly is the uh separation. They said that the purpose of the era system is that we can work on old stuff and new stuff at the same time. The issue that I have in my ugly is going to be that that's not true. Um, in the regard of crystals. So for me to compete in the Coliseum and for me to do this era stuff, I have to decide, do I want to spend my crystals in the era system or do I want to spend my crystals on old stuff? I have a 5-star executor. I can't save crystals to do the 5-star executor if I want to do the era characters, because I have to spend crystals leveling them and stuff. Granted, they've given us a boost. They've given us a boost in the amount of era leveling currency that we get. Until they did that, I couldn't save crystals at all because I was having to spend thousands of crystals leveling my characters up, which by the way, they didn't take into account at all. They gave us the bump to 32,000 at the end of the era shipments or the era track or whatever, not the era, the episode track. We got that bump. But before that, I had already like been grabbing those every chance I got because I needed them so much because I couldn't level my characters and I was also having to spend my crystals. But even with the new bump, again, I still am gonna have to be spending crystals. So it kind of goes against like splitting up the systems. Like I have to take my currency now and I still have to determine what I'm gonna do. Um, and I think that's the ugly for me is just that this system is supposed to make it so I can do two things at once, and it doesn't do that. It kind of does. Um, but the currency that matters the most to me is the one that I have to determine what I'm going to do with it. Again, it goes back to CG making money. I could go buy crystals, stuff like that, and I could go buy packs, that sort of thing. But I don't spend a lot of money in this game. I do spend money in the game. I don't spend a lot of money in the game. So I guess that's kind of on me. But that would be that's my only ugly. Again, I don't have a lot of bad stuff about this system, honestly. So I choose the era usually over the other stuff because of the LSTs, because of going up in Coliseum. I think that's more important for my account now than getting Executor to 7-star. A 5-star Executor can beat everything in the game. So I'm not overly concerned. Yeah, that's it. That's all I got.
Fair enough. Like that.
Okay.
It's like,
That
is there
for
any
me
comments?
pretty much sums up. Nah,
No, I mean,
it does pretty much sum up how a lot smaller spenders are feeling about the game right now. Is you can't really jewel on something unless if you're free to play, you don't care because like getting to gear 12 is usually one of the hassles. But that's it. Like, who really gives a fluck? Like, you see the free to play players, they don't care. They know full well they're going to unlock these things in what, a few days' time, like a week and a bit. And they're going to turn around and go, okay, well, I can't still take them to Relic because I haven't got the gear. Or if they have got them to like Relic 0, they're going to be turning around and going, I can't take them high relics because I don't have the relics. Like, the only people this is really an easier game mode for is anybody going past and into the end game because they just go, okay, well, I can focus on this. And no, I can tweak all this list. This lovely list here I can work on whilst I'm doing everything else. And those that are in the real late game just don't give a fuck either.
Yeah, but the newer players are also getting all those LSTs and that sort of stuff. So
yeah,
they are catching up to the middle, and the middle are catching up to the end game by the changes.
well,
no,
in essence,
it's only the I want to point out too. So when we're talking about these people are getting LSTs, most people aren't getting LSTs. I guess people that listen to us are probably getting LSTs, or people that listen to the community and do stuff that we recommend doing, that the community, like that content creators recommend doing, stuff like that. Depending on which content creator you watch, as long as you watch one that knows what they're talking about, then you might be getting LSTs. But a lot of people, I mean, if you're getting 50 era a day, you're not getting LSTs. I mean, that's what, an LST every 100 days, I think. So you might get 2 a year. Unless you're actually doing what people recommend, with you have to put into the era for that to help you, right? But I just wanted to say, like, I wasn't, my ugly is I had to pick something for my ugly. I'm not, again, it's I think overall I think it's a good system as far as like separating the old and the new. So for me personally, I don't like having to spend my crystals in it, but you know what? I get it too. So
yeah.
But I think most people aren't getting LSTs, by the way, Mike. I really do. Again, I talked to a lot of people, and some people are. but those are the same people that are doing good things with their accounts. People that are playing catch up may not be putting into the era system because they're like, oh, I got to work on this. I got to work on this team, or I got to work on this team, or I got to work on this team. I can't use my crystals for that. And they're not looking at the big picture of if I took my crystals and I put them into the era. And I just, for anybody listening, if you took your crystals and you put them into the era and you started doing better in Coliseum, and you were getting 300, 500 era a day, that's way better than taking your crystals and trying to get gear to farm for your characters, because you're going to get relic 5 characters rather than this other stuff. And I mean, unless you need shards or something, but you know what I mean? I think overall you're getting better characters, or you're getting the era characters, but then you're also getting relics, which, as Womprat was pointing out, that saves you signal data, that saves you gear 13 materials for the Kairos and stuff like that. I think that's going to help you a lot more. And maybe I'm wrong. I mean, but I'm not always right. In fact, most of the time I'm probably wrong. But, you know,
All right.
Yeah, I agree. Like, there isn't that many systems that are bad with this era, but there are some that are fucking gross, and the grossness usually comes from, like, how to explain? The grossness usually comes from, like, the higher end of it. If you're lower down, it's actually not too bad of a system, but it's just shit. Like, CG needs to do something. They really do. I don't like the overall era. I don't. One of those. We'll see what the next one's like. But Mike, your turn.
All right.
Come on, do your ugly.
All right.
Well. First of all, can you turn your camera off so we've not got the ugly twice?
Oh,
Got him.
says
Got him.
says the man in pigtails.
yeah.
Yes. Says the man in pigtails.
Yeah. All right. So mine is probably a little bit left of field. So for me, the ugliest part of the era was the replacement of the Galactic Challenges. So Galactic Challenges were like community driven, right? Every time a new one would come up, you'd watch like a Scribe or Bit Dynasty video. You'd see the composition, give it a go yourself. If you didn't have those characters, obviously you could add to. Bit Dynasty was pretty good and would normally do like a lower tier, I guess. Not a lower tier, like a more common team. And like even if you couldn't max it, you'd go drop a level or whatever and still get pretty close to it, right? So era challenges just don't hit that. They're flat, like prescribed, lifeless. There's like less experimentation, no problem solving. Like, has anybody put out an era challenge video? I haven't seen one. I really feel like it's more just like, have you got this character at era level 75? You can do this tier. And it's just a tick box. You pass or you don't, sort of thing. So yeah, like the bigger issue was that like the Galactic Challenges were rewarding like the thinking, creativity, roster depth even. Whereas era challenges are just like controlled and monetized, and so CG just didn't add something new. They took out that the content. Like I enjoyed it. I was not one of the thinkers. I was one of the followers, but I enjoyed trying to make my account work off the Scribe and Mid Dynasty videos. And maybe if they were sort of side by side, maybe I wouldn't feel this way. But removing the galactic challenges entirely, like it took away one of like my favorite game modes. You consistently had that sort of engagement from the content creators, a lot of discussion. Yeah. Obviously, and like even just the impact, you've got like fewer videos, fewer people like doing the let's try this sort of posts on Discord and whatnot. Yeah, just that's why the error, yeah, why the error challenges is the ugly part for me. Yeah,
Yeah, I can 100% understand that. Like, the era challenges are just, yeah. Are you within 5 of the target? Yes, okay, you can do it. That is literally it. Are you within 5 of the target? Okay, you can do
It's
the tier.
yeah, and it's hard if you're at the 5 on there, it's really hard.
Yeah.
Because then at least with this era, because nobody synergizes. Again, I that goes back to the synergy of the teams, right? Like doing these era challenges is almost it's nobody works together. So you're just kind of like you could almost click auto and then just hope you win because
yeah,
it's not like there's any.
Yeah.
That's what I did. What was it 3 ago where I was like, you had to be 65 for the last one. I was like 50 something. I was way below, and like I was running it 3 or 4 times on auto, and we got the win. And it was like I put it in our group chat, and it was like, yeah, like you can now do the last tier, and it's like it's shit. It took like 5, 6 attempts, but it was close on all of them. And it's like just click it on auto, and
Well, there's no skill. Even if you
yeah,
did, I did it manually, just to because I wanted to make sure I won. Um, and I did it manually, and I was like, when I got done, I was like, I feel like if I had just clicked auto a couple times, I would have saved myself a lot of hassle, and I still would have won. I could have just clicked auto and went and did something else, came back. Did I win? No. All right, auto, go do something else, come back. You know what I mean? I feel like CG's taking a lot of content away from us. And
Yes.
um I feel that, Mike, because I wasn't making Galactic Challenge videos, but I also wasn't really making content at the time. But I have felt like with this era stuff, it's kind of taking a lot away from the content creators that do make content for this game, which whether they I don't know if CG is for or against content creators, but it kind of helps fuel your game when you have content creators making content for your game. Um, I know like when I judge how well a game is doing, I go look on Twitch, I go look on YouTube. If there's not a lot of people watching that game on Twitch, there's probably not a lot of people playing that game, honestly. Um, so you can kind of judge how a game is doing based on that, right? And you kind of want those content creators, and you're kind of taking away all their content.
It's basically
like
GAC. That's it. Oh, and Conquest.
It it's GAC. Conquest is boring as shit. I mean, you can make content on Conquest, like Bit Dynasty does, and like Womprat does, with the how tos and stuff like that. Here's some teams you can use, stuff like that, which is good content. But that's like a one-time post.
yeah,
Um, Nobody gives a shit about watching you do conquest. I mean, when people come to like our streams and watch us do conquest, it's usually the same people that are hanging out with us anyways. Like I could literally be doing nothing on stream and there's still going to be
Yeah.
people enjoy your content. They enjoy hanging out with you, and that's why they're there.
Yeah.
Nobody gives a shit about watching you do conquest. It's not like it's like this riveting thing. It's like if you came by, if you were like, man, I can't wait to watch Berm do Coliseum. Like,
yeah.
You're
Like
in for a bad
the
time.
big one, the big one
yeah.
there for me is like all the other games that I play. There is always something else I could go and do. Literally, like I've got at least about another 80 hours of content that I could go and do on June right here, right now. I could jump on and play for 80 hours and I still wouldn't get to the other shit that's done. Here it is literally, is your GAC done? Yes. Okay, off you go. And,
Yeah, I mean, doing dailies is what? How long does that take you, Womp Like on stream?
8 minutes. 8
Yeah,
minutes.
so on stream, like that was the reason I was
Hang
playing
on.
so many accounts, right?
Hang
That's
on,
the
hang on. How do you know that it
Okay.
takes 8 minutes? That is very specific, and you answered very quickly.
So
He did.
I was asked, how fast can I do my dailies?
All right, so you had
by
Friday.
somebody on stream. So I literally set up the OBS recording, used my record button to start, raced my dailies as fast as I can, which is literally just sim button and jumping around. And the longest part of it was my fight. And I actually worked out how to make that even quicker because it's jump in, jump out, done. I can actually do it now probably in less than 8 minutes.
I was gonna say that is specific. It doesn't take me 8 minutes, by the way, but I also don't do a squad arena fight. I usually forfeit.
Yes. So the 8 minutes and 15 something seconds that it was when I did it also involved me doing my entire arena fight.
Yeah, I assumed so because, like I said, so I've had this discussion because again, I was in a lower guild, and this guild doesn't require people get 600 tickets a day, and I was like, I don't understand why. I was like, if people aren't playing the game, they probably don't want to play the game. I was like, because I can literally do my dailies. Like when I don't stream the game, it takes me 3 to 4 minutes, I think, to do everything in the game. Like if I just hop on my phone, I can have everything done before I drink a cup of coffee. You know what I mean? Like I can wake up, just knock everything out. I'm done for the day if I want to be. If I grabbed my stuff from the store, if we're counting the time to log into the web store, get my stuff, that's an extra 30 seconds or so.
Yep.
And then that gives me the energy I need as well, so I don't have to do refreshes to get my 600 tickets. So it's like,
so just a little one on that. There's quite a naughty trick if you want to do it. So after your refresh, do all your shit normally, make sure you get it. And then tomorrow, once you've had your first energy one that puts you over your, like the 144 barrier, if you're going to stockpile like how I do, so that you get to the end of your day and you just don't give a shit, you can do it through click. If you then go and get the store, that energies from the store, that's when it will then give you that ability. So you just have that done. One of those where it lets you have a stockpile of energy for free. And I think your joke bot's broken, Mike.
I was like, I hope it doesn't want us to tell it a joke because I don't have any jokes, guys.
Wait, I've got a good joke. Have we got a picture of Bones' face? No, my pigtails. There's the joke. There's the joke right now. Right. That is all of us, the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Yes.
Now we've got an interesting section, haven't we, Mike? Really
Yes.
interesting section.
So
really good.
The next one is looking forward. So we have 2 minutes, and
wait. Hang on. Did you not see Variety's post?
No,
we know it all.
No. In general, right? So this is next era. I hope CG, and you finish it. All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go with Womprat first again. Let's go with Womprat again. Yeah.
Okay. Next era, I hope CG gives us. ISB faction, maybe a new Cassian, and at least some shared units that we can use in the Colosseum and shit.
You're taking it way too literal. I probably should have gone first.
Womprat, you just took all my shit, dude.
The thing is, it's pretty much written in stone what we're going to get. I'm very surprised we haven't had a post after Variety decided to give us like a leak nearly a week early by the time that it actually comes out. So like we all need to.
How did they get this info?
Big shock.
How did they get this info? Because we haven't even had a data mine with this stuff.
Oh no. Oh no, they've actually come out and said that they had an interview with CG.
Okay.
And they were giving it all. And the thing is, it's like either they've released the article early, which means CG are going to take them to court for doing that, guaranteed, or like CG just didn't give a shit and said, "Oh yeah, you can post this." Either way, the fact that we haven't had this article from CG with all the kits and all of everything else confirming it, the best thing they could have done is literally have gone, "Oh, by the way, these are the characters you're getting, and you'll get a post on Tuesday." They could have freaking stopped all the hassle. Could you imagine how much better that would have been for them? No, they didn't. They could have put out a post saying, literally, "By the way, this is the next era's units. Luthen's ship, this. Don't give a shit. Bye." We didn't need information. You could have stopped this all. But now you've just got speculation that you're Muppets again.
All right. I need to go
Can't
next
organize a piss up in a brewery.
because mine. This is I'll go next. It'll make sense. All right.
Oh
Okay.
God.
Okay. So
Oh God.
next era, I hope CG communicate better, especially around the major releases. Major releases like Maul, right? Yes, you can be unlocked at 7 stars now, and the community has figured it out. But only by actually doing the event, spending the extra money, trial error, the unlock pass, material requirements, and progression expectations, they were not explained up front, right? Players had to work it out themselves instead of being told. Even after like compensation and patch notes, there was still a lot of questions that weren't answered by CG. Players were looking on Reddit, Discord, like even data miners gave us most of the information we've gotten. And that's unavoidable. That is avoidable confusion, right? Next era, we need all the information upfront, clear, official explanations before it launches, so players know exactly what to expect and can plan investment in characters and progression and that sort of stuff. I completely fucking forgot about that article that you sent me while I was writing this today. So, kind of a bit of egg on my face, but it kind of proves it's not a great start. All right. That's mine.
Oh, but this
I like
is the
it.
thing. That article made me laugh. I was sent it by like 2 different people in the community within minutes. I was on a stream where it got somebody was there going, "Have you seen this?" And it was like, what the fuck is Variety doing with a piece about fucking SWGoH? Come on.
That was what I was wondering. I was like, is Variety? I feel like they may be paid for that. Like, I mean, unless somebody at Variety plays this game,
No,
maybe. I really don't know. I really don't know.
So what it would have been is something like Variety could have reached out to them saying, "Oh, we're going to do a piece on your 10-year." Because games running for 10 years that are technically a mobile game, it's bloody impressive.
It is impressive. It is, yeah.
So, like, they could have said that, and CG could have gone, "Oh, well, we know they've upped their bloody promotional shit," and they could have paid for a slightly different story, which would have been cheaper, and they would have still had to pay for Variety to have covered just the 10-year story properly. If they wanted to use it well, so they've probably paid for Variety, and it probably isn't going to have been cheap to have that, and then it's come out early, which has made them look shit. And that's the biggest thing. They've looked like dickheads for this.
All right, Bird.
Right. Are you ready?
I am ready.
Come on, take the piss with it.
Next
You
era,
need to
I
take the
hope
piss with it too.
CG.
Next era, I hope CG gives me a GL I give a fuck about. That's all I got. I don't know, like GL Hondo is cool. I know people like him. When I saw who it was, I was like, cool. I guess I can get this now that they gave us events to go with them. It's like, cool. I have a reason to get him. That doesn't mean I give a fuck about him though. Give me people that I care about. Nobody gives a shit about Hondo. He's this character that like we're like, why are you pushing Hondo so much? Like, why? I don't. Nobody was like, you know what we need? We need Hondo.
Do
I
you,
would
do
have
you-
rather had I would have rather had Silvo as a GL. You know what I mean? Womp, like he was a cool character in that show. I didn't really the show was all right. But he was the coolest character in that show. So it's like he could have been the GL and I would have been like, "Oh, that's kind of cool." But instead, you give us Hondo and then you give us a bunch of like supporting cast from the show. I don't know, man. I don't know. I just give me somebody I give a shit about. Like that's what I want. And I
oh,
don't mean like I don't want another fucking Luke or another fucking Ray or Ben or give me you know what I mean? Like there's so many characters you could choose from. And I also want to know um who was it? I'm looking right now. I always forget this chick's name. Zana. Why the fuck don't I have Darth Zana yet? I've got Darth Bane. I don't have Zana. Like give me people that I give a shit about, guys. That's what I want. That aren't the same people. That aren't the same people. There we go. I'm good.
fair enough. So I can semi answer why they probably did Hondo. So the way his story's written is basically he's meant to embellish everything. And we know that Disney are basically pushing their will and they basically get to say what characters come to the game. And the reason it's very likely that Hondo became a GL is because of Galaxy's Edge. The hotel where Hondo tells stories like he was there and is the one that saved it. Oh, wait, what does he do in game? Exactly the same fucking is
I mean,
probably Disney that pushed
that
it.
makes sense. I mean, he does have the best ride at Galaxy's Edge, that's for sure. So
Yeah. And honestly, it's probably that's caused him to basically have what he's got. I love it. I really do that he is a troll of trolls in his event. And it's like, yeah, I killed Vader and saved Ahsoka and all this shit. And it's like, no, you fucking didn't. Any of
no, I
us
love
that
the
have seen
event.
this shit, no.
Don't get me wrong. I don't have him, but I watched all you guys do. I watched a lot of you guys do the unlock and I liked it. It was a fun event and he's a fun character. And that's what I was getting at. He is fun, but it wasn't like anybody was like, "Hey, this is what we want in the game." Um And again, for me at least, it's like I know everybody's like, "Oh, you know who we should have? We should have like another Yoda to be the GL." And it's like, "No, bro, we don't need another Yoda. We don't need another Luke. We don't need another Leia. We've got all these characters, and there's a lot of other characters in the Star Wars universe that you could use." Um, Maybe the problem is that people get mad when they do that. Um, I don't know.
It's one of those, like, I really just hope we have a good year. Like, we need a good year now. But yeah. Right. What's the next bits? I think that's
That was it.
everything
That's
for
it.
the
That was
looking
it.
forward, isn't
Yeah.
it? So we
I've got-
do actually have
I have one question before we go to
viewers'
viewer
question.
question. I want to.
Yep.
So, the next era starts what, a week or
The
whatever away,
10th of February.
Yep.
10th of February.
and it goes through to
Some point
April.
late in the year. Yeah.
Yep. Does that mean that characters in this era are going to be part of the raid, or are the raid because the next era is going to end up in August, right?
Yeah. The next era is definitely connected to the raid. I really hope shit from this one are not in the raid. I really do.
Yeah, I mean this it's just too scattered, right? I mean, how would you?
Oh, no,
It's
I'm
either
talking
going to
the
be we have a
ISB.
lot of characters.
I'm talking the ISB characters. Are they going to be part of the raid?
100% they're gonna.
Yeah, they have to be. And that's what Womp was getting at is like if they tried to use the era that we're in, the problem is it's too broad.
Yeah.
So either they have to exclude a lot of characters and just say, "Oh, you can't use these characters just because we don't want you to," or you just have a shitload of characters and then the raid's super easy. Then people complain, and if the raid's too hard, people complain, whatever. But I think the next one, I agree. I think the next one will be where they're pulling the raid characters from.
So what's the
Yep.
raid going to be?
Something to do with ISB.
Thank you, Mr.
It-
Literal.
Literally, is the best way of putting it because
Yeah.
you take how many instances we've had of the ISB getting involved in shit. There you go. You've got hundreds of them. Like they could do a Callus raid for all I care. That would be fucking amazing.
You need to pick one.
Let Phoenix
This is-
beat down on Callus.
This is not a. This is a pick one, and we see how wrong
Okay,
or
then.
right we are.
Okay, then. I want an ISB raid where you get to fight against Callus, and we get Callus as a character as well to be able to use, where you can use Phoenix, and it gives a buff to Zeb for beating on Callus. That is exactly what I want because it will be so funny from the actual Phoenix show to have that moment again. That's what I want.
All right. Got any thoughts, Berm?
I mean, if I'm not mistaken, the new stuff coming out is all Andor related, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be based on the movies. I think it's gonna be the last planet that they're on in the movie when they get to the planet and they're trying to get into the archives. I think it's gonna be a battle like that. Like maybe it's a progression system because we've been complaining about it not being a progression and it's just rotating the same thing over and over again. You go from like you get off the ship, you have to fight to get off the ship, you have to fight to move forward and through the jungle or whatever, and then you fight to get into the archive. I think it'll be something along those lines.
It's pretty much the same sort of thought with maybe like how Vader we have to get those sort of waves and that, and then you get to that last point where you can verse Vader. Same sort of thing, but it's like a download to get it up to the spaceship. Basically. So where that starts and finishes, I don't know. I know where it finishes, but I don't know what you do to get to that point. But yeah, I definitely think something like that. But still a fair
Yeah, that's
way
my
out.
guess because it's more widely. I think it's Rogue One was such an accepted movie and it was such a good movie and it gets such high praise that I think they're likely to pull from that as opposed to pulling from Andor the show or some offshoots that like yeah they're popular but they didn't quite get the audience that that movie got. So I think they're more likely to pull from something more mainstream and that's why I'm going with that.
All right, cool.
Fair enough.
Sidetrack ended.
Yeah, we do have a question. I don't have a lot of time. Actually, I don't have any time, but I'll read the question. So Bane said, other than Star Wars, what is your favorite created universe? He gave examples: Harry Potter, Dune, Lord of the Rings, stuff like that. For me, it would probably be Harry Potter. It'd probably be Harry Potter for me. I know that could be controversial since some people don't like J.K. Rowling. But the universe itself, I've always liked wizards and wizardry and stuff like that. As a kid, my favorite was Merlin and King Arthur, stuff like that. So I really like the Harry Potter universe in general.
I agree.
That's it.
100%
Yeah,
Harry
I'm
Potter.
good.
We'll watch
Yep.
it like
So
3 or 4 times, or maybe not 4. 2 or 3 times a year. Go through the movies and even like the Fantastic Beast movies.
for me,
Oh, I really liked those Fantastic Beast movies, man. I thought they were really a really good tie-in. I didn't know where they were gonna go with it at first, and then I was like, "Oh, this is good."
Yeah.
So, sorry, Womp.
Yeah. So for me, I've got like two that I love to pieces. One is the Alien Predator universe, where it's like really freaking dark and fun. But then the other one that the other two that I love is Dune and 40K universes, because that is that dark, messed up world that you get to have fun in, and it's really good. I love it. I really do. Now, there is one more question, which is for Aussie Mike, but mainly because we've had Berm leave, because it is time that he scoots off as usual. So, Mike, and it's from this guy called Lost One Prat. I don't know him at all.
Fuck
Don't
is
know
that
him.
guy?
Yeah. Have you recovered yet from Australia Day?
Yes. I was well behaved. I was well behaved. Went for a swim in the pool for a couple of hours. Did end up at the pub, but it was not like, it was not messy. Like 2 drinks, because we had the kids there. Like it was a family friendly event, so I had to drive home and all that sort of stuff. So nothing crazy.
Disappointed in you. Disappointed in you. But more importantly, the reply from Jabba the Bot was perfect for this.
Yeah.
What do you care about some stupid Australia Day? Go back to your Barbie and beer, mate. He just stung every Aussie. Jabba's just brutal. I love him.
Yeah.
Oh, right, guys, we are all done today.
Yep.
Next week, we're gonna have news to cover. I'm not planning on covering Satele next week. Hopefully, we'll be covering new era shit, talking quickly about the characters, covering how we're going to progress forward, which is going to be making sure the character is covered the week before it comes out. So you won't get a kit from us until like the week before a character's coming out, just to keep it easy and fresh in your brains.
And I mean,
I'm gonna
Satele
be
is still months away.
Yeah. So that's why we're not rushing Satele. I want to be able to do the nice show for you guys where you guys can see all the good information and have it broken down for you in a nice way. And the problem with Satele, especially with us going into this next era, is her team isn't worth it. Like, I've spoken to many of the top, and they're going, I can't take Revan off JML for that team. There's just not a good enough team there to warrant taking Revan. And even if Revan does get taken, it's still not good enough. Yet. It may be that we get the next era's era of Revan. If that is the case, fuck me, I'm going to be freaking skint this year. But it's one of those of, until we get something for that team, I'm not rushing it. Like, I'll have it day one, and we'll be Relic 10 in it day one, as per the rules that we set down for the start of this year. But other than that, I couldn't give a shit. Like, she is not a character I want at all, because there is nothing that I'm going to use her for. She might be relevant in 3s. Wow. Relevant for half the year's GACs.
Let's just wait and see. Be patient.
Yeah.
Be patient. All right.
Yep.
Tell them about your stuff. I want to go to sleep.
So I now have every Sunday off, so I won't be on tomorrow, guys. I will be back on Monday with GAC. Tuesday is June. Wednesday, I'm off this week. Thursday is GAC. And then Saturday, we do this. Before this, we have a stream and we have a laugh. Have fun, guys. It is what we're here for. I do stream at night. That could be Battlefield 6. Wednesdays evenings is usually Space Marine. We do Helldivers. We have fun as a community events thing in the evening. That is streamed alongside my friend who is currently streaming now, is Badger Clark. Me and him have such a laugh. Come join us. It's just fun and stupid. But yeah, that's pretty much it for us. I don't really do a lot. We are working on YouTube videos
You
that
don't
are
do a
there
lot.
to help you guys.
You don't do a lot.
No.
Fucking, what do I do then? I do nothing if you don't do a lot.
Hey, you have to wrangle us lot every week. You have to wrangle us lot. That's bad enough. Like, for God's sake, you forgot this. You could have said to the SWGoH, no, we need Berm last week, and you didn't. Come on. Bad Mike. Bad Mike. But yeah, we have a fun laugh, guys. We talk about the kits where we can. I say I don't do a lot. I know I do. Like, I'm working on a lot for YouTube at the moment. That is all coming. It's one of those. It's one of those. It is a very, very busy thing for me. I've got videos in the works. Thanks to Mike, we're going to have a 6-star mall video that we can do. And that sort of thing is going to be good. So it's one of those where we are going to try and get you guys as much information as we can out there. Have fun, cause mischief, cause chaos, as we always do. And we are raiding out to a member that used to be in MC3 before Mike even joined. That's how long ago this person was in MC3. And I miss
say
him.
Goodbye.
But yeah, you need to say your goodbyes though. So
for the people who are listening and you want to come and watch live or watch Womprat's YouTube upload, the link at the bottom of every description, like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, whatever, the link is there for Linktree and everything is on there. So you can go and have a look. Womprat, check out Berm. I don't do anything. You only see me on the weekends with this, but that's where you find everything. Discord's on there as well. So yeah, catch up on anything there, and yeah, hope this episode I felt went pretty well. It'll be interesting to see what we sort of get feedback wise. I enjoyed it, so we all had bit of a different take on things. So yeah, that was good to see.
Yep.
So yeah, we will see you guys next week.
Yeah, have a wonderful week, guys. Don't cause too much chaos and mayhem. I know you all will. You're a group of Star Wars enthusiasts that like to cause mischief. So let's get the raid over to Death's Helm on the go, Mike.
Oh, I
for those
I told
that don't,
you to do it. I've got it. Alrighty.
You got it. Good. Right. Have fun, guys. It is always a pleasure anyway. Show him some love. He used to be part of MC3. He moved on because he needed higher raid scores, higher TB scores. He is still a good bloke, really good laugh. Did appear in the chat earlier, does appear in my chat every now and again. And yeah, is a very good player. Have fun, guys. Cause mischief, cause mayhem. Show him glue. Just send him glue emotes. Everybody.
You're gonna have to talk to me about that.
Yeah, I'll explain it after. I'll explain it after to you.
All right.
But here you go, chat. Here you go, everybody. I'm sending you all the glue emotes. Where the frick is that one? There we go. There you go. Free glue emotes. All the glue. Quick, grab them. Send them to him. Raiders out.
See you guys.
See you guys. Right, I need to quick.